Okay, so it's cool that we have a React boilerplate. So we also want to add some more things. We want to add Craco. Now, what is Craco? Well, before we get into Craco, let's explain, if you don't know already, how React works. So React is a front-end web framework. Now these files right here, everything in here was created when we typed the create React app script. Now we have TSX, we're using TypeScript, which is a superset of JavaScript. Now if you don't know TypeScript, it's not a completely new language. It has a few differences to JavaScript. It basically goes on top of JavaScript and extends its functionality and adds type safety, which will be very helpful for the project we're building. And if you're using something like JavaScript, then I'd use JavaScript for projects that are smaller than this. So we have a good use case for using TypeScript in this project. Now we have a component here. Now in this component we have a function, and in React this is called a stateless function component because it has no state. Now here it is. So what it does is it has app, so it's very similar to HTML. This is called TSX or JSX really. The file's just called TSX. But this code right here is JavaScript React. It's basically just HTML, but the properties are different. So the property names are class name. They're not class because if we do that, then class is a reserved keyword in JavaScript, so it's not going to work. Some things are also different. Some attributes, but it mainly affects attributes really. There we go. And when we create a component, we must return a JSX object that has one parent like wrapper here. So we have class name app, but if we added like a sibling on the same level, let's call this div class name sibling, it's going to complain. And it's going to say JS expressions must have one parent element. Cool. Now, another thing with React is that we can edit something, app.tsx. We can put something silly like destroy, and it will automatically show up. Now notice when we type this, let's type that. Oh. Okay, so if we remove that and save, notice it does not refresh the page when we type that. If we do a huge change that isn't reflected, then sometimes we might have to refresh the page. But for small changes in the HTML and CSS, it's a case of it covers most changes like that, so it speeds up development. Now, a caveat with React is that we are using a CSS file here, and notice this isn't the cleanest code that comes with React. For example, we have an app component, okay, but the issue with this, we can change CSS from one component to another, which should not be a thing in programming, in object-oriented programming anyway, and how we're designing our application. So let me demonstrate that. Background color red. What's going to happen? Let's do this. Not important or important. Give me a sec. Okay, so if I select the star, which selects all elements that it can really, then it's trying to grab everything, and we don't want that. And it even works outside the component. Okay, so here's one example. Okay, I slapped in a h1 tag, a heading 1 tag, on index.tsx, very hard to say. So I slapped that there, and then put a h1 tag in app.css, color red not important. I think this means important, but it has the boolean not operator, it's confusing. And I say color red not important. Now we can change this color within app.css in a completely different component. What is going on? Now how we can solve this is by adding local.css or scope. Now how we can solve this is adding .scoped.css, and of course in app we import our CSS file here, and we need to change that here. So scope.css, that is still not going to work. Why? Because it uses a... Okay, so why is that not going to work? Well, open up the terminal, we're going to download a package in the front end. This is called Craco. So we're going to npm ID for development, Craco, @Craco/Craco, and also we're going to install another package called Craco Scoped CSS. So we're going to install two packages, one called @Craco/Craco and Craco Scoped CSS. Craco, okay, we're going to install two packages, @Craco/Craco and Craco plugin Scoped CSS. Now these are D for development, so it's saved as a development dependency. And we're going to create within front end, we're going to create a Craco.config.js. Inside Craco.config.js, we're going to add plugins. So plugins will be an array. And then we're going to have plugin like this. So we have a JSON. Okay, we module.exports this first of all, like that. And then plugins, we make an array, and then inside that array we have an object that says plugin, and then require Craco plugin scope CSS. Now in package.json we need to actually replace these start, build, and test scripts to not start with React scripts, but we want them to start with Craco, like that. There we go. So npm start now and close down the old window. Here we go, we've installed it correctly. Now you may notice it's the exact same. Let's remove, we're going to keep this here for now, this h1. It's going to get annoying. Now in app.scope.css we're going to type color red, and notice that it does not update to red. So all changes so if it has .scope.css, all stars will be encapsulated inside the component.